The Gucci Shaman podcast. Welcome back, everybody. So far, we've covered death and grief. And so now I want to discuss, where do we go when we die? Where do we go when we die? Where does the soul go after death? Welcome back to the Gucci Shaman, where spirituality meets curiosity, ancient wisdom meets modern life, and we explore the mysteries that make us shaman. And today we're diving into one of the biggest questions ever asked. Where does the soul go after death? For thousands of years, human beings have looked up at the stars, sat beside sacred fires, stood at gravesides, and wondered what happens when our final breath leaves our body. Is death really the end, or is it the beginning of something else? The truth is, no one can return with absolute proof. Yet nearly every spiritual tradition on earth shares a fascinating belief. The soul continues. Let's begin by talking about what the soul actually is. Most spiritual traditions describe the soul as an eternal part of us, something that existed before we were born. The body ages, the mind ages, personalities evolve, but the soul is believed to be timeless. Think of the body as a vehicle. You drive a car, but you are not the car. You live in a house, but you are not actually the physical house. Likewise, many traditions teach that the soul lives within the body, but the soul is not limited by the body. When the body dies, the soul simply leaves its temporary home, the garment we wear. Many indigenous traditions describe death as a return, not as a punishment, not as an ending, a return to spirit, a return to the source, a return to great mystery from which all life emerged. In shamanic teachings, the soul is often viewed as energy, and energy can't be destroyed, it only changes form. Just as water becomes a stream and a stream becomes rain, consciousness may simply transform into another existence. In Hinduism, the soul is believed to move through many lifetimes. This is the concept of reincarnation. The soul returns again and again, learning lessons, gathering wisdom, and evolving towards spiritual enlightenment. From this perspective, your current life is not the beginning of your story. It's simply one chapter in a much larger book. Some believe the people we encounter in this life are souls we've traveled with before, family members, friends, lovers, teachers, even rivals, all meeting again to continue the journey together. Buddhist traditions offer a slightly different perspective. Rather than focusing on a permanent individual soul, Buddhism teaches that consciousness continues through cycles of rebirth. The goal is ultimately to transcend these cycles and return to a state of complete peace and awakening, a state beyond suffering, a state beyond fear, a state beyond attachment. Many Western religions describe the soul entering another realm entirely, a place we often call heaven, a realm of peace, divine presence, reunion of loved ones. Whether viewed literally or symbolically, heaven represents a state of consciousness where separation no longer exists, a place where love is fully experienced without limitations to the physical world. Then there are thousands of people from different cultures, religions, and backgrounds have reported remarkably similar experiences after being clinically dead or close to death. Many describe floating above their bodies, traveling through a tunnel of light, encountering loving beings, feeling overwhelming peace, experiencing a profound understanding that life becomes beyond physical death. What's fascinating is that these experiences often transform people. They return with less fear of death and a deeper appreciation of life. My mom did. One theory I find particularly interesting is that consciousness may not be created by the brain. Instead, the brain may act like a receiver. Think about a radio. When a radio breaks, the music doesn't disappear. The broadcast still exists. The receiver simply no longer picks it up. Some spiritual teachers suggest the soul works similarly. The body may cease functioning, but consciousness itself continues. Another belief shared by many mystics is that after death, the soul undergoes a life review. not a judgment, not a punishment, a review. The soul experiences the impact of its actions from the perspective of everyone involved. Moments of kindness, moments of hurt, moments of compassion, moments of growth. The purpose isn't shame, the purpose is understanding, learning, expansion, growth of the soul. So, where does the soul go? The answer depends on who you ask. Some may say heaven, some may say another lifetime, some say the spirit world, some say union with divine consciousness, some say all of these different ways of describing the same destination, a reality beyond human language, a reality our physical minds struggle to comprehend. Perhaps the greatest spiritual lesson in this: if the soul is eternal, then death is not an ending. It is a transition. It is a doorway, a graduation, a return to home. And if that's true, then maybe we don't need to fear death as much as we fear not fully living. Maybe the purpose is to experience love and growth and connection, to learn, to evolve, to remember who we truly are, maybe. As we close today's episode, I'd like you to sit quietly for a moment and consider this question. If you knew your soul would continue long after your body was gone, how would you live differently today? Would you worry less? Would you love more? Take more chances? Forgive more quickly? Follow your intuition more boldly? Perhaps that's the real gift hidden inside the mystery of death. It reminds us how precious life truly is. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the unknown. I'm Brandy, the Gucci Shaman. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and remember, you are more than a body, you are more than a story. You are a soul having a human experience. And the journey may be far bigger than anything you can possibly imagine. Thank you for watching me, the Gucci Shaman. Please give me a like, a follow, and a comment.